Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday afternoon, September 12th. We are looking at Window Traders market profile of the ES and the NQ. So a lot of noise today, but nothing changed. Okay, plain and simple. You had a price moved all over the place. We attempted to go trend down twice early today in B and C. They failed. Then we attempted to go trend up in H, that failed. Then we got two more sets of single prints to the downside in K and L, and guess what? We took those back also in ES. Now NQ actually holds a trend day to the downside. They hold a double distribution day. It's not a big one, but they do hold it for now. Righty got both overnights early, and they get the IB high. And that's it. There's nothing to lean on here for us or righty. Just the day's high and the day's low. NQ goes out, like I said, afternoon rally high in H and a double distribution day. We go out with just a day's high and low. We had 8 wide pox, never could get 9, which really surprised me. I thought we would, but we don't. Let me go over to here. It'll be easier. Okay. We end with overlap and a lower value. Now I'm going to show you on the charts what's the most important thing going into tomorrow. I had an okay day today. I only made 1 point in ES, but I did make 74 in NQ. So I'm up a little over 100 in NQ for the week, 9 in ES. I traded in A period. I really started trading NQ, and NQ ran up. So because we opened below where their price spike in single prints were, I said, well, where there were buyers there yesterday, I want to see if there's sellers. So each time we went up in A, B, C, D, I shorted NQ. Well, wait, let's start with A and B. A and B first, and they worked. Okay? In C period, we made a new low, any push up, again, I was shorting it with the ebb and flow, and the same in D. Because remember, they tried to go trend. They had single prints in D, which they took back also. In ES, I took a short in D period, made a couple of points, okay, on the ebb and flow. But then in E, I took a short thinking we wouldn't get over the 144 and wouldn't get back above the opening, where I lost 4 points. So I was down. At that point, I was up 40 in NQ and down 2 in ES. Now, the trade I took, and I could scream, I did not think we were going to hold trend up here. And by the way, ES went out with a poor high. SPY did not. I shorted 1 at 37, and believe it or not, well, you probably will believe it, I only took a 4 point. I'm like, you got to, it wasn't coming in, and then look what this did from there to all the way down here. I had it read right, only met a point. Now, I got very opinionated when we did come down, because I told the room, because we failed at 2 sets of single prints in both ES and NQ, I don't think we'll go trend again. Now, I got very fortunate, and I tell the room, look, yeah, this is what's great about my room. It's not about my trading. I told the room, right now on the way down, especially in NQ and ES, the short is the easier play because we're one-time framing down. But I was still hell-bent on thinking that A, we would get back to get a wider POC for both of us, and B, we wouldn't hold trend. Now, I longed NQ in I, J, and K, and L. And guess what? I made money on all of them. I'm not saying it was the right trade, but I made an additional 34 points. And that's what got me to 74. So I made 40 points early in the afternoon, in the morning, made 34 in the afternoon on longs. Would the short have been the easier play? Yeah, but I was predisposed to thinking we weren't going to hold trend and go back and get a wider POC. That's bias for you. Now, bias a lot of times can kill you. But I was very nimble, very quick. I was getting them on those flushes down, and I was getting responsive bounces up. However, the proper trade, without a doubt, was the short on those pushes up. And then in ES, I took actually, I didn't long NQ and L. That was ES I longed in K period, because I didn't think we would hold trend. Now, I got a couple of points out of it, But we actually did hold trend, and then we finally took it back. So, and by the way, we just lowered volume POC, but that's because of M and N and everything else. That's why volume POC is a lot not as accurate to me as TPO. So again, you know, I'm telling the room beforehand why I'm longing, while telling them the short's the proper play. Okay, can't be more honest than that. As far as destinations, we have today's high only at 448.53, and then we have today's low of 445.39, which I didn't write down. I will in a minute. In ES, we have the low of 07.25 and then fill in the rollover gap at 44.77.50. On the upside, we have today's high of 39, which is a poor high. And then on the chart, let's show you what's really important going into tomorrow. Okay? If I can get there. There we go. So I'm going to show you the weekly and the daily. So for anything to change, we have to take out, and I'm using SPY because I don't back adjust like I said in ES. So 451.06 would be an inside week up. 453.67 would put the weekly back to up, right? We will balance, bull, balance. And on the flip side, 442.75 would be an inside week down, and below 440.86 would be the weekly going down. So again, that's the important thing on the weekly right now. But before we could even do that, we have to come out of balance on the daily. We're in a 5-day balance on the daily. We closed below the 50, we closed above the 20. The balance high, now ES is at 43.50, they're weak at their balance high. SPY stretched it the other day. So 448.77 is the balance high for SPY on the daily. So if you take that out, then you would look for 451.06, which would be the weekly high. If we take, now the downside is, I think it's the same, right? 442.75. Let me just make sure. Yes. So the daily balance low is the same as the weekly inside low. So Thursday's low is very important. You take it out, you'd be coming out of a 5-day balance to the downside, along with an inside week down. That's what you need to focus on for tomorrow. Now look, we might gap above these, or we might gap below these, but it's still going to, then you're going to have to play against the balance high, balance lows. But I'm just saying, if we open up inside of here, that's what we should be looking to come out of on both the daily and the weekly. Horrible volume again today, no surprise. I said to you Monday morning, would you be surprised if we're in a 5-day balance prior to CPI? Guess what, my friends? I told you I can call a market. Trading it sometimes I shake my head at myself, but I told you I can call it, and that's exactly what we have. Hope you had a good day trading. Enjoy your night, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.